Something called Estes method. Has anybody heard of Estes before? Awesome. If you haven't heard of Estes, I'm going to explain it to you. The idea is that you use a spirit box, something like this, a little SB7 box, and you attach earphones. Often somebody will use either goggles that block out any kind of light, or a handkerchief, or some kind of blindfold. The idea is that we kind of dull our senses to everything, and we're really just concentrating on whatever those little speakers are kind of telling us or informing us in our ear. Now, the way that this works is it works through radio waves. You are actually going to be kind of going through a whole bunch of different radio stations. You're going to hear sometimes top 40, you're going to maybe hear a song that you might hear, even a televangelist. You can hear a little thing, but the idea is that spirit can use one or two of these words to be able to give us a message. And so even though it could be a top 40 or something like that, there might be a message, it might be a word that spirit is trying to use there, and so we're going to want to pay attention to that. We're also going to utilize some rods. Anybody ever used these before? Yeah. Wonderful. If you've ever used these before, they're very simple devices. I'm going to have one volunteer to do rods. I'm going to ask to do. I'm also going to have 3 volunteers to do Estes method in a second. So if you're not familiar with rods, but you're kind of interested, I'm going to just demo them real quick for everybody to see before we get started. And whenever I do these, I always want to get a key. What a yes answer looks like and what a no answer looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and start by having them on my chest. I don't want them too close to each other. They can kind of get tangled. I want them apart from each other. And so I'm going to go ahead and start by getting a key by asking, can you show me a yes answer? So I'm going to ask the rods, can you show me a yes answer? And we're going to see that they begin to move. And for me, my yes answer is cross. That's what I usually get as a yes answer. Once I get that, I like to put them down and put them back up in the same place. And I'm going to ask, can you show me a no answer? Let's see what they say. So, as you can see, the no answer is pulled apart. And so my no is this, my yes is this. It could be different for all of us. But this is a way that we can ask yes or no questions. And so sometimes when we have a question, we have to simplify it to make it a yes or no question to be able to be used with these. You can use these to even spell out a name. Like, does your name start with the letter A, B, C? You can go through the alphabet and perhaps get spelling of the name. We're also going to utilize this little ball that just lit up for us. These are cat balls. They're actually just cat balls. And the idea is that once they are triggered, if anything touches them or moves them in any shape or form, they're going to light up for us. And so we're going to be able to ask spirit to try to move that for us. We're also going to use a little device called a spirit check. And if you've ever heard of an oculist or seen a show where they use this data bank of words that spirits can choose a phrase or a word from and repeat it, this is that. This just allows spirit to choose words. And then the last thing I'm going to utilize tonight is actually going to be a phone. I'm going to utilize my cell phone, and I'm going to use an app tonight. I'm going to use an app called the Box app. It is through GhostTube, and it basically looks a little bit like a spirit box where it brings in disembodied voices, and we have to listen very carefully to see if we can understand what those disembodied voices are saying. Sometimes it'll be very easy to hear, sometimes it won't. But we'll have all of these tools on at one time and see if we can get some answers. Now, with all that being said, I do want to invite 3 people that would like to volunteer to do Estes method. This is the idea where you put the earphones on. Any volunteers? 1, 2, and then back here as well. If I can get the 3 of you, 2 here and 1 person here. What we'll do for Estes method, we'll give everybody a turn. How we're going to give you a turn is you'll have, 1 person will have the earphones on, and when it is the next person's turn, we're just going to tap them gently on the shoulder, so that way we know we're going to just change out. Okay, so you're welcome to do that. Yeah, you're welcome to sit right. All right, now I'm also going to need a volunteer that feels comfortable doing dowsing rods. Anybody feel like they want to do dowsing rods for us? No? Yes, over here. You want to come here with me? I'll hand you these. Wonderful, wonderful. You're welcome to stay right over here, kind of by that light, so you kind of have a little bit of a view on you. I'll also do rods at the same time with you, so we're going to both do them together. Before I start turning on equipment, I do want to go ahead and go through the room and introduce ourselves to spirit. I think whenever we have a conversation with anybody, we usually tell them, hey, my name is so-and-so. We want to be respectful to spirit too, and so we're going to do that. Now I'm going to start by saying my name. And I'm going to go around the room and let everybody say their name to Spirit. We've even found that sometimes Spirit will reference one of our names. So if you get your name referenced at all, let us know. My name is Fred.
My name is Jeff.
Now this back row.
BJ.
DJ. Do you know voice? Yes. Okay, we're going to do some body voice here. What other questions do we have? We do a lot of disembodied voices I can't quite understand. Anybody have a question?
Is there any children in the room?
Are there any spirited children in the room? Yes or no?
Veronica?
Veronica, thank you for coming through. I also get a yes. Is that you? Are you one of the children, Veronica? Yes.
Hi.
I got a yes. Hello.
Stop.
What do you want us to stop? Are we bothering you? Okay, we've got the word "by" come through on the box. Just the word. They understand that? Protest. Okay, got it. What other questions can we ask?
Were y'all still working down in the basement?
Great question. Got a yes. Also got a male disembodied voice. Can you understand? We have two yeses, male disembodied voice. Can we ask any follow-up questions about working in the basement?
What was that smell in the basement?
That sounds like a witch, but I'm not really sure. Is that a yes? Okay. Was there anyone murdered in the basement? Can you give us an answer? Was there anyone murdered in the basement? Yes or no? We have two yeses coming through on the rocks. Would you light up one of my balls over here or in the back of me? Would you blow out one of these candles? Would you spike one of our meters? Thank you for coming through. Other. Queen and other. Just a sound coming through. No word.
Nothing.
Nothing coming through. A disembodied voice coming at the same time. What other questions
Sally?
can we ask? Winter coming through. The word winter. Laughing.
Is that a name?
Was that a name to try to come through? Winter? Or anything else? Is that a name? A yes too. Now we get the name Peggy. The name Peggy has come through. Anybody have a follow-up about Peggy?
Are you a child?
Great question. Peggy, are you a child? Yes or no? Okay, we have two no's. We also have, I believe it's a girl or a lad. I'm not sure. It's a girl. We do have a Peggy is a girl's name. Maybe that's more relation. What else questions can we ask?
How old are you?
Great question. How old are you? Can you come through? Were you more than 10 years old? Yes or no? Okay. Getting a yes. Were you more than 12 years old?
Yeah.
Get a yes. Okay. Were you more than 13 years old?
Stomach. Not it.
More than 13 years old? Were you more than 15 years old?